morning rang with golden light. The harbor woke from dreams of night. The ropes were coiled, the mugs were filled. The sleepy tavern windows thrill. The wizard gnome came down the quay with maps and biscuits packed for sea. His tall hat low, his lantern bright, ready for the tide's delight. The baby dragon hopped aboard with crumbs and courage both restored. His little wings beat warm and fast as sunlight danced along the mast. Glint a ride with notebook tight, a spyglass shining clean and bright. And every sailor small and tall cried, "Lantern, see, we hear your call." No fog to fear, no storm to chase, just wind and song and open space. The gulls flew high, the waves rang clear, a second voyage drawing near. So clap your hands and strike the rail, the sun has kissed the glowing sail. 1, 2, 3, let voices rise, we're sailing under golden skies. Hoist the sunlit sail, let the bright rope sing, round the mast and over everything. With a fiddle in the morning and a whistle in the gale, we're off again together, hoist the sunlit sail. Hoist the sunlit sail, let the warm tide roll. Adventure in the heart and laughter in the soul. With the dragon at the bow and the gnome upon the trail, we're off across the lantern sea, hoist the sunlit sail. The captain wore a cheerful grin and tucked his lucky feather in. The crew brought spoons and drums and bread and one old barrel painted red. The raven circled from above, no warning now, just wings of love. Even the anchor seemed to sway, too glad to stay another day. The old ship creaked like tavern floors, then drifted out from friendly shores. The water flashed with gold and green, the brightest sea they'd ever seen. Glint said, "I have a theory here, the tide is smiling ear to ear." The dragon chirped and puffed a spark that made a sunbeam leave a mark. Hoist the sunlit sail, let the bright rope sing, round the mast and over everything. With a fiddle in the morning and a whistle in the gale, we're off again together, hoist the sunlit sail. Hoist the sunlit sail, let the warm tide roll. Adventure in the heart and laughter in the soul. With the dragon at the bow and the gnome upon the trail, we're off across the lantern sea, hoist the sunlit sail. They passed the buoy of candle blue, the singing shoals, the reef they knew. They waved at crabs and sailor caps who danced around their tiny maps. A mermaid tossed them coral tea, a frog cried, "Bring back snacks for me." The gnome made notes with serious care, "Remember, snacks bring extra spare." The baby dragon led a cheer, though half the words were not quite clear. He squeaked and roared and stamped one claw, the proudest mate the crew ever saw. The ship leaned west, the wind leaned too, the sky turned bright with deeper blue. And every heart from stern to rail beat time beneath the sunlit sail. A first adventure teaches you that maps can glow and dreams come true. A second voyage teaches more, that joy can open every door. You need not wait for storms to start to prove the courage in your heart. Sometimes bravery sounds like cheer and sailing back because you're here. So pass the drum and pass the rhyme, we'll mark the tide in clapping time. Raise every flag and ring each bell, we've got another tale to tell. The lantern sea is bright and wide and all our friends are side by side. No treasure shines, no golden trail, like friends beneath the sunlit sail. Hoist the sunlit sail, let the bright rope sing, round the mast and over everything. With a fiddle in the morning and a whistle in the gale, we're off again together, hoist the sunlit sail. Hoist the sunlit sail, let the warm tide roll. Adventure in the heart and laughter in the soul. With the dragon at the bow and the gnome upon the trail, we're off across the lantern sea, hoist the sunlit sail. Hoist it high and hoist it bright, through the day and toward the night. Hoist it loud and hoist it true, with every friend aboard the crew. Hoist it over foam and whale, over song and shining trail. The tide is calling, clap the rail. Hoist, hoist, hoist the sunlit sail.
So when the sunrise warms the sea and gulls call out in harmony, look past the darkened tavern door, the lantern sea is there once more. The gnome will wave the dragon to, Glint will save a clue for you. And every happy rolling tale begins beneath a sunlit sail.
There was a barrel below the mast, bound with hoops and bolted fast. It smelled of butter, spice, and cheer, enough to make a sail of beer. The captain said, now listen well, that biscuit barrel must not fall. We need those snacks till half moon bay, so guard them close the whole long day. The baby dragon raised one claw, the proudest guard the crew ever saw. He sat before the barrel round with serious eyes and belly sound. The gnome said, just protect, not eat, and left him sitting by the treat. Glint wrote down with cautious care, dragon plus biscuits, beware! The tide was bright, the deck was warm, no sign of fog, no sign of storm, but trouble came with a tiny lick, a crumb, a sniff, a biscuit trick. The dragon blinked, the barrel sighed, a cookie rolled from deep inside. He looked left, right, then gave a grin and quietly pushed the barrel. Roll, roll, biscuit barrel, roll across the deck. Mind the mast and mind the rope and mind the captain's neck. Round and round the ship we go with crumbs behind and friends in tow. Roll, roll, biscuit barrel, hear the sailors sing. The dragon guards the snacks like a tiny biscuit king. Clap your hands and stomp your feet, no pirate sails without something sweet. The barrel rolled from bow to stern, made every sail a twist and turn. It bumped the drum, it rang the bell, it nearly took the compass as well. The baby dragon chased behind with noble duty on his mind. He did not steal, he did not bite, he only sampled left and right. The gnome came running, spoon in hand. Stop that barrel, make it stand! Glint slid past with clever grace and nearly landed on his face. The captain leapt across the crate, the raven laughed from rigging straight, and all the crew began to shout, the biscuit guard is broken out! Roll, roll, biscuit barrel, roll across the deck. Hey! Mind the mast and mind the rope and mind the captain's neck. Hey! Round and round the ship we go with crumbs behind and friends in tow. Roll, roll, biscuit barrel, hear the sailors sing. Hey! The dragon guards the snacks like a tiny biscuit king. Hey! Clap your hands and stomp your feet, no pirate sails without something sweet. Hey! It hit a coil of rope and stopped beside the captain's soap. The lid popped off with one great cheer and biscuits flew from there to here. One landed on the gnome's tall hat, one on Glint's detective mat. One flew straight through open air and landed in the dragon's stare. The dragon paused, then softly peeped as every sailor laughed and leaped. The captain wiped a crumb from chin and tried his best not to grin. Well, he said, since snacks are free, we'll share them with the crew at sea. The dragon bowed a solemn thing, still biscuit guard and biscuit king. A ship needs ropes and sails and charts and brave adventurers, hopeful hearts. But every crew from port to bay needs snacks to cheer the rolling day. For storms are loud and maps are long, but biscuits help you sing the song. A crumb can mend a gloomy mood, and friendship tastes like shared good food. So guard the barrel, guard it well, but share the joy when biscuits fell. A treat is better passed around than locked away and never found. The dragon learned, the crew agreed, a happy ship has all they need. With every hand and every claw they made a biscuit sailor law. Roll, roll, biscuit barrel, roll across the deck. Hey! Mind the mast and mind the rope and mind the captain's neck. Hey! Round and round the ship we go with crumbs behind and friends in tow. Roll, roll, biscuit barrel, hear the sailors sing. Hey! The dragon guards the snacks like a tiny biscuit king. Hey! Clap your hands and stomp your feet, no pirate sails without something sweet. Roll, roll, biscuit barrel, roll beneath the sun. Hey! Every sailor gets a crumb before the day is done. Hey! Pass the plate and pour the tea, we're fed and glad on the lantern sea. Roll, roll, biscuit barrel, let the chorus ring. wind blew bright from east to west, the ship leaned proudly on her chest. The ropes all tapped, the lantern swung, the old mast hummed like it was young. The captain clicked his boot one time, the deck replied with perfect rhyme. Then fiddle notes began to race, and every sailor found a place. The wizard gnome put down his tea and said, "This seems unsafe to me." But then his boots began to slide, a little left, a little side. The baby dragon clapped his claws with absolutely no good pause. Glint adjusted hat and coat and danced while still taking note. The sea kept rhythm, boom and sway, the sail above cried dance away. The gulls flew round in circles wide, the waves beat time on every side. No one could sit, no one could stand without the music taking hand. So up, down, clap and spin, let the deckboard dancing in. We're dancing on the deckboard, stomping on the sea, round the mast and back again in pirate harmony. Fiddle high and whistle bright, dance until the lantern's light. We're dancing on the deckboards, happy as can be, with the dragon, gnome and glint beneath the sky so free. Hey! A barrel joined the dancing line, a spoon kept rhythm bright and fine. The anchor tapped a heavy beat, the coiled up ropes became 2 feet. The raven bobbed upon the mast, pretending not to dance too fast. But when the chorus came around, he hopped and spun without a sound. The baby dragon tried a leap, then landed in a laundry heap. He popped out wearing sailor socks and bumped into a biscuit box. The gnome spun twice and nearly flew, then bowed as if he meant it to. Glint cried, "I've deduced today the whole ship wants to dance this way." We're dancing on the deckboard, stomping on the sea, round the mast and back again in pirate harmony. Fiddle high and whistle bright, dance until the lantern's light. We're dancing on the deckboards, happy as can be, with the dragon, gnome and glint beneath the sky so free. Hey! They danced past noon, they danced past tea, they danced through sun and salty breeze. They danced around a floating shell, they danced so well the mermaid yelled. The whale rose up and hummed along, a deep bass note beneath the song. Even the clouds in rows of 3 bounced overhead in melody. The captain called one final round, the crew stamped hard with joyful sound. The lantern sail above them shone as if the stars had all come down. The wizard gnome forgot his fear and laughed so loud the fish could hear. The dragon twirled with smoky pride, a tiny comet side to side. A ship is more than wood and sail, more than maps and weathered rail. A crew is more than work and rope, it is a dance, a drum, a hope. When hearts grow tired and journeys long, you mend them best with shared song. And if the waves should toss you far, it's by the light of one bright star. So step in time and lose the gloom, make every deck a ballroom room. Let fiddles fly and whistles call, there's room enough aboard for all. No perfect feet are needed here, just laughter, rhythm, friends and cheer. The lantern sea will keep the score and ask the crew to dance once more. We're dancing on the deckboard, stomping on the sea, round the mast and back again in pirate harmony. Fiddle high and whistle bright, dance until the lantern's light. We're dancing on the deckboards, happy as can be, with the dragon, gnome and glint beneath the sky so free. Hey! We're dancing on the deckboard, spinning through the foam. Every sailor finds a step and every heart finds home. Turn around and bow with cheer, the brightest tide is waiting here. We're dancing on the deckboards, loud across the sea. The whole ship sings and stamps along in pirate harmony. Heel and toe and clap once more, the lantern sees our tavern floor. We're dancing on the deckboard, spinning through the foam. Every sailor finds a step and every heart finds home. Hey! Turn around and bow with cheer, the brightest tide is waiting here. We're dancing on the deckboards, loud across the sea. The whole ship sings and stamps along in pirate harmony. Heel and toe and clap once more, the lantern sees our tavern floor. Hey! And when the night grew soft and blue, the ship still hummed the tune it knew. The crew lay down with tired feet, but smiling dreams and hearts complete. The dragon snored a tiny spark, the gnome tucked lanterns in the dark. And somewhere under moonlit foam, the deckboards danced them gently home.
tide and quarter moon. The crew heard bells in silver tune, not church bells, no harbour chime, but seashell bells that rang in time. The water open bright and clear, a floating market drawing near, with curled stalls and lantern strings and merchants selling wondrous things. The wizard gnome leaned over wide, his hat brim nearly touched the tide. The baby dragon gasped with glee at cake shaped like the rolling sea. Glint said, stay close and do not stray, a market clue may float away. The captain smiled and tied the rail beside a shop with pearl white sail. There were ribbons made from morning mist and moonlight bottled with a twist. There were fiddles carved from old sea glass and maps that changed when clouds would pass. The mermaid sang, the sailors cheered, the strangest shops just reappeared. So clap the reel and tap the wheel, the market's made of shine and teal. Round we go through the mermaid market reel, shells on the counter and stars you can feel. Buy a tune, trade a tale, dance beside the lantern sail. Round we go where the bright waves wheel, every little wonder has a shimmer and appeal. Fiddle, whistle, clap and spin, let the mermaid market in. Hey! A mermaid sold them pepper pearls that sneezed in tiny silver swirls. Another had a kettle blue that brewed a tea for every crew. The gnome inspected jars of fizz and said, I wonder what this is. The dragon licked a sugar shell and sparkled pink and felt quite well. Glint found buttons, keys and string in one suspicious golden ring. It rolled away without a sound, then led him 3 stalls farther down. There he found a clue tucked tight inside a lantern glowing white. Seek the buoy where wishes sleep, but pay the toll with laughter deep. Round we go through the mermaid market reel, shells on the counter and stars you can feel. Buy a tune, trade a tale, dance beside the lantern sail. Round we go where the bright waves wheel, every little wonder has a shimmer and appeal. Fiddle, whistle, clap and spin, let the mermaid market in. Hey! Bought bread with salty crust, a compass cloth that smelled of dust, a spool of rope that tied itself, a book that jumped from shelf to shelf. The baby dragon chose with care a tiny scarf for windy air. The gnome bought herbs for future brew in yellow, violet, green and blue. Then all the merchants formed a ring and cried, before you sail we sing. The market rocked from side to side, a joyful dance upon the tide. The mermaids clapped with shining hands, the pirates stamped on floating stands, and every wave from near to far played music like a silver star. Some markets sell you gold and lace, some sell maps to another place, some sell spices, shells and thread, or songs remembered by the dead. But best of all, beyond the trade, are friendships in the music made, a welcome smile, a shared old tune, a dance beneath the sea blue moon. So take the reel and take the cheer, take the clue and hold it near. Take the scarf and moonlit tea, take the kindness of the sea. For every port and floating stall can make the wide world feel less small, and every stranger kind and bright may guide your ship by morning light. Round we go through the mermaid market reel, shells on the counter and stars you can feel. Buy a tune, trade a tale, dance beside the lantern sail. Round we go where the bright waves wheel, every little wonder has a shimmer and appeal. Fiddle, whistle, clap and spin, let the mermaid market in. Aye. Round we go through the market bright, see glass lanterns full of light. Trade a laugh and trade a song, take the tide and sail along. Round we go where the dolphins kneel, every heart remembers the real. Fiddle, whistle, clap and spin, let the mermaid market in. Hey! The market faded with the spray, its coral stalls all swept away. But in the gnome's small traveling pack, a moonlit kettle whispered back. The dragon wore his windy scarf, glint marked clues on the chart. And still the ship could hear and feel the mermaid market shining real.
compass neat and old, with a rim of blue and a needle of gold. It never lied, it never spun, it pointed north by moon or sun. But on a bright and breezy day it gave a giggle and turned away. The needle twitched, the casing shook, and Glint dropped nearly half his book. The wizard gnome said, "That sounds new." The baby dragon laughed, and too the compass chuckled, ticked and clacked, then spun around and doubled back. It did not point to west or east, nor danger, storm, nor hidden beast. It pointed straight at the biscuit tray, then laughed and tried to run away. Glint narrowed both detective eyes. This compass hides a small surprise. No honest tool should laugh this much unless a magic made it such. The crew all leaned from rail and rope. The captain grinned with cautious hope. The compass squeaked and spun toward fun, and off they sailed beneath the sun. Follow the laughing compass, follow where it spins, past the silly sea foam and the dolphin grins. It may not point to treasure, it may not point to gold, but it finds the happy places no ordinary maps can hold. Follow the laughing compass, hear it tick and sing, round the deck and over waves and back around the ring. Glint will find the reason, the dragon finds the cheer. The laughing compass knows the way from here. Led them first to Bubble Bay, where floating bubbles blocked the way. Each bubble held a tiny tune, a fiddle note, a drum, a spoon. The baby dragon popped one round, and out came such a joyful sound that every sailor had to clap, while Glint wrote down suspicious trap.
The compass laughed and spun again, then pointed past a school of red-like fish with wings and silver eyes, who spelled out jokes across the sky.
The gnome said, "This is not a clue." Glint replied, "It could be two." The compass gave a cheeky ring and pointed toward another thing. Follow the laughing compass, follow where it spins, past the silly sea foam and the dolphin grins. It may not point to treasure, it may not point to gold, but it finds the happy places no ordinary maps can hold. Follow the laughing compass, hear it tick and sing, round the deck and over waves and back around the ring. Glint will find the reason, the dragon finds the cheer. The laughing compass knows the way from here. They found a little isle, no bigger than a dragon's smile. Upon it stood a single tree that rang with bells and honeybees. Beneath its roots, tucked safe and small, a note was pinned against the wall. To any crew too stern with care, laugh once daily signed the air.
Glint stood still, then laughed out loud, a bright sound rising to the cloud. The compass bowed with ticking pride, its golden needle warm inside.
The gnome laughed to the dragon's squeak, the captain wiped his laughing cheek, and every sailor understood a silly clue can still be good. Not every mystery must be grim, not every clue is shadows dim, not every puzzle hides a threat. Some teach joy we might forget, a laughing tool, a crooked sign, a funny map, a tilted line may lead you where your heart can mend and show you laughter is a friend. So Glint placed laughter in his case, beside the clues of time and place. He marked the island on the chart, viewed smoke for the serious heart. The compass hummed and settled down, then pointed home without a frown. But once a day at 3:30 it giggled softly by the sea. Hey! Follow the laughing compass, follow where it spins, past the silly sea foam and the dolphin grins. It may not point to treasure, it may not point to gold, but it finds the happy places no ordinary maps can hold. Follow the laughing compass, hear it tick and sing, round the deck and over waves and back around the ring. Glint will find the reason, the dragon finds the cheer. The laughing compass knows the way from here. Follow the laughing compass when the days feel long, it may lead you straight into a better song. No dark map, no heavy chart, just a bright clue for the heart. Follow the laughing compass, let the good wind steer. The laughing compass knows the way from here. Now Glint still keeps his compass near, for north and south and jokes sincere. And when the voyage feels too stern, the golden needle starts to turn. The dragon grins, the gnome says, "Ah!" The captain laughs, "I knew we'd fall."
and joy points clear across the foam, then brings the crew back safely home.
Cruising loud at morning tide, with every sailor side by side. They sang of sails and stars and tea and biscuit, safe from rolling free. The baby dragon watched them all, so small beside the cabin wall. He puffed his chest and raised one claw and tried to sing what no one saw. He squeaked one note, then squeaked again like tiny bells in summer rain. The crew went quiet, soft and still. The song rolled gently down the hill. The wizard gnome leaned close with care. Go on, dear friend, we're listening there. The dragon blushed a smoky blue, then sang the only words he knew. Chirp and squeak and little roar, tap your claws upon the floor, puff a spark and flap with glee. Sing your song across the sea. No voice is wrong, no song too small. The lantern sea can hear them all. So lift your head and sing it free, your little dragon shanty. Oh, sing your little sea shanty, tiny dragon bright. Sing it to the morning and sing it to the night. Chirp it to the mast and roar it to the foam. Every little sailor needs a song to carry home. Oh, sing your little sea shanty, smoky, sweet and true. The whole crew sings along with you. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. 1, 2, 3. Sing your little shanty to the sea. The dragon stood upon a crate, a little nervous, very straight. He opened wide and gave a peep so soft it nearly fell asleep. Glint nodded like a learning friend, promising start, now try again. The captain tapped a gentle beat, the crew kept time with boots and feet. The second note was twice as bold, a smoky curl of green and gold. The third note bounced from sail to sail and woke a sparkle in the rail. The gnome began a harmony, the tin whistle joined in key, and soon the ship from bow to stern was helping little dragons learn. Oh, sing your little sea shanty, tiny dragon bright. Sing it to the morning and sing it to the night. Chirp it to the mast and roar it to the foam. Every little sailor needs a song to carry home. Oh, sing your little sea shanty, smoky, sweet and true. The whole crew sings along with you. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. 1, 2, 3. Sing your little shanty to the sea. And leapt and clicked along as if it knew the dragon's song. The gulls above cried sing once more, the crabs beat shells upon the shore. A mermaid waved a shining comb and hummed a tune from wave to foam. The baby dragon wide with pride sang louder to the rolling tide. He did not sound like captain's crew or gnome or glint or whistle blue. He sounded small and bright and clear, the kind of voice that brings you near. The crew all smiled because they knew the song was perfect, being true. No borrowed voice, no copied tune, just dragon heart beneath the new. A song can be a mighty shout, a tavern roar that rings far out. A song can be a whisper thin that lets a shy heart enter in. The size of sound is not the art, the magic lives inside the heart. And when a friend begins to try, you lift their song into the sky. So squeak it high and squeak it low, let little smoky music grow. Let every claw and every wing find the courage it can sing. No voice too small, no note too new, the sea has room for all of you. The lanterns glow, the waves agree, sing your little shanty to shanty, tiny dragon bright. Sing it to the morning and sing it to the night. Chirp it to the mast and roar it to the foam. Every little sailor needs a song to carry home. Oh, sing your little sea shanty, smoky, sweet and true. The whole crew sings along with you. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. 1, 2, 3. Sing your little shanty to the sea. Oh, sing your little sea shanty, let the wide waves know. Even tiny voices help the big wind blow. Chirp it through the rigging, puff it through the blue. The lantern sea is singing back to you. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp. 1, 2, 3. Sing your little shanty to the sea. Ah! when songs begin, the crew all turns and calls him in. The dragon hops upright and proud and sings his shanty soft or loud. The gnome keeps time, Glint smiles wide. The captain beams with honest pride, and somewhere over shining foam, a tiny song becomes a home. Sunset, when the tide turned gold, the captain saw a sign unfold. It floated bright above the foam, the golden gull for cruise from home. A tavern stood on barrels wide, all warm and glowing on the tide. Its windows winked, its chimney curled, the cozy ship in all the world. The wizard gnome stepped off the plank and nearly slipped, but only sank into a chair with velvet blue beside a kettle made for two. The baby dragon smelled the bread and followed where his nose was led. Glint looked up with eyes alert to clues baked into berry tart. There were pirates there with braided hair and frogs in boots on every chair. Ravens, crabs and gnomes in green, the strangest crowd you've ever seen. The tavern keeper rang a bell and cried, "Good friends, sing loud and well." Then every mug and every spoon joined the rising evening tune. Raise your cup at the Golden Gull Tavern, where the lanterns swing and the warm lights burn. Sing, my friends, let the wide sea hear. There's always room for another voice here. Hey! Raise your cup at the Golden Gull Tavern, where the tide brings every traveler in. Clap the table, stomp the floor, the Golden Gull will sing once more. The walls were hung with sailing hats, old sea maps and biscuit facts. A clockwork crab served cups of tea and winked at Glint suspiciously. A mermaid played a glassy harp, a raven sang a little sharp. The dragon sneezed a tiny spark and lit the pudding after dark. The gnome shed tales of bottled rain, of Moonberry fizz and map-stained grain. The captain told of stormy Bend, where enemies turned into friends. Glint told one joke, then looked surprised when everyone laughed till they cried. He wrote it down beneath his name. Humor useful, try again. Raise your cup at the Golden Gull Tavern, where the lanterns swing and the warm lights burn. Sing, my friends, let the wide sea hear. There's always room for another voice here. Raise your cup at the Golden Gull Tavern, where the tide brings every traveler in. Clap the table, stomp the floor, the Golden Gull will sing once more. A storm cloud came to block the moon, but no one feared its grumbling tune. The tavern keeper stepped outside and offered it a chair with pride. The cloud sat down beside the dock and tapped the rain like tick-tock-tock. The whole room cheered, the thunders beat and made the storm feel warm and sweet. The baby dragon danced with frogs, the gnome made tea from lemon logs. Glint solved the case of missing pie, it was the captain standing by. The raven led a chorus round so loud it shook the floating ground, and every soul from sea to star felt less lonely where they are. A tavern is not just a place, it is a fire, a chair, a face, a room where wandering stories meet, where tired hearts can find their feet. A song can make a stranger known, a cup can make the sea feel home. And when the wide world feels too tall, the Golden Gull has room for all. So bring your scars and bring your cheer, bring your map from far or near. Bring your boots, your wings, your tail, bring your half-forgotten tale. The tide may turn, the night may fall, but friendship lights the tavern wall. And every time the chorus swells, the Golden Gull rings 7 bells. Raise your cup at the Golden Gull Tavern, where the lanterns swing and the warm lights burn. Hey! Sing, my friends, let the wide sea hear. There's always room for another voice here. Hey! Raise your cup at the Golden Gull Tavern, where the tide brings every traveler in. Clap the table, stomp the floor, the Golden Gull will sing once more. Hey! Raise your cup at the Golden Gull Tavern, to the crew, the tide, the song, the sky. To the friends we found found in weathered places. To every heart that wandered by, clap the table, stomp the floor, the golden gull will sing once more. When morning warmed the floating inn, the crew sailed out with happy grins. The tavern drifted soft away to welcome someone else that day. But in the ship and in each chest, a golden gull had made its nest. And when the sea grew cold or wild, they sang that tavern song and smiled. Gnome woke up at dawn with fizzing thoughts already on. He mixed some berries blue and bright, a spoon of sugar, 3 drops of light. He stirred it once, he stirred it twice, then added powdered moonbeam ice. The kettle burped, the bottles hissed, and purple bubbles filled the mist. The baby dragon sniffed the air and tumbled backward from his chair. Glint adjusted both his sleeves, documenting fizzy leaves. The captain said, before we try, does this brew make sailors fly? The gnome looked proud and slightly unsure, it should be mostly safe and pure. One cork popped out and hit the sail, another bounced across the rail. The bubbles floated left and right like little moons in morning light. The dragon caught one on his nose, it fizzed and made his whiskers glow. The crew all shouted, pour it quick, the Moonberry Fizz began to kick. Hey! Hot buckets of Moonberry Fizz, pass them down the line. Bubbles in the barrel and the whole ship feeling fine. Sip it slow or sing it loud, foamy stars in every cloud. Buckets of Moonberry Fizz, purple, bright and sweet, makes the fiddles faster and the sailors move their feet. Raise your cup and clap like this. 3 cheers for Moonberry Fizz! The first small sip made lanterns spin, the second brought the chorus in, the third made every spoon nearby play drum beats under open sky. The captain danced with half a mop and did not seem prepared to stop. The raven wore a ribbon red and bobbed along above the bread. The baby dragon tried a taste, then zoomed around in happy haste. He did not fly but nearly did and landed in a basket lid. The gnome cried, careful tiny friend, the fizz a sparkle at the end. Glint wrote down with expert flair, drink may produce musical air. Buckets of Moonberry Fizz, pass them down the line. Bubbles in the barrel and the whole ship feeling fine. Sip it slow or sing it loud, foamy stars in every cloud. Buckets of Moonberry Fizz, purple, bright and sweet, makes the fiddles faster and the sailors move their feet. Raise your cup and clap like this. 3 cheers for Moonberry Fizz! The ship began to sail so fast the gulls could hardly follow past. The lantern sail puffed bright and round, the waves laughed up with fizzy sound. They skipped across the sunlit show with bubbly joy in every soul. The compass giggled, bells rang clear, even the clouds leaned in to hear. But then the bottles shook once more and bubbles rolled across the floor. The gnome said, perhaps too much, this batch has got a lively touch. The dragon helped by sipping foam, the crew formed lines from mast to home. They sang the fizz down soft and slow till every bubble learned to glow. A drink can cheer a rainy day, a song can send the gloom away. But joy is best when shared with care, not fizzing wildly everywhere. Too much sparkle, too much speed can make a sailor lose the lead. But just enough with friends around can lift the whole ship off the ground. So pour it bright and pour it kind, leave a gentle glow behind. Let every cup and every cheer bring the laughing crew more near. The gnome revised the recipe, the dragon guarded cup number 3, and Glint concluded with a grin. Fizz is best when friends join in. Buckets of Moonberry Fizz, pass them down the line. Bubbles in the barrel and the whole ship feeling fine. Sip it slow or sing it loud, foamy stars in every cloud. Buckets of Moonberry Fizz, purple, bright and sweet, makes the fiddles faster and the sailors move their feet. Raise your cup and clap like this. 3 cheers for Moonberry Fizz! Buckets of Moonberry Fizz, sparkling in the sun. every little bubble says the voyage has begun. Share it round and sing again to the sea and all our friends. Buckets of Moonberry Fizz, warm as tavern bliss. Raise your cup and clap like this. 3 cheers for Moonberry Fizz. Now in the hole beside the tea, there's Moonberry Fizz for company. The bottles hum in purple rose and glow whenever good wind blows. The dragon checks them once or twice, the gnome adds labels clear and nice. And when the crew needs joy to lift, they pour a cup of fizzy gift. The reef where moonfish play and sunbeams sleep at end of day. There floats a buoy of lantern glass where glowing waves go rolling past. The captain whispered, there it lies, the wish buoy under open skies. They say if every voice rings true, it grants one cheerful wish to you. The wizard gnome looked quite impressed and checked the spell inside his vest. The baby dragon bounced in place with wishlight shining on his face. Glint said, we need a rule or two, no greedy wish and no untrue. The crew agreed from stern to bow, one happy wish together now. So round the buoy the ship did glide, once for hope and twice for tide. 3 times slowly, 4 times fast, the lantern shimmered by the mast. The fiddle called, the drum replied, the bright buoy warmed the rolling tide. And every sailor claw in hand began the wish song where they stand. Round the lantern buoy we go, round where the golden waters glow. Sing one wish and sing it true, the tide is listening back to you. Round the lantern buoy we sail, past the foam and bright fish trail. Hand and claw and hard ahoy, round and round the lantern buoy. Captain wished for friendly winds, the kind that bring lost sailors in. The gnome wished every cup of tea would warm whoever crossed the sea. The baby dragon thought and thought of hats and snacks and things he'd sawed, then chirped with tiny smoky joy, I wish for biscuits for each boy. Glint smiled gently, closed his book, and gave the glowing boy a look. I wish for clues that help not harm, and mysteries with a little charm. The raven croaked from up above, I wish for homes with room enough. The crew all laughed and sang as one, a wish beneath the setting sun. Round the lantern buoy we go, round where the golden waters glow. Sing one wish and sing it true, the tide is listening back to you. Round the lantern buoy we sail, past the foam and bright fish trail. Hand and claw and hard ahoy, round and round the lantern buoy. The buoy lit up from base to crown, then spun its lantern slowly round. A bell rang out, not loud but clear, a sound that pulled the whole crew near. No gold rained down, no castle rose, no mountain made of biscuit rose. Instead the sea turned warm and wide, and laughter filled the evening tide. A basket appeared beside the mast with biscuits fresh and berries vast. A breeze came soft, the map shone true, the tea brewed gold, the sky grew blue. Glint found clues with cheerful ends, the raven tucked its wings with friends. The wish had split like morning light, and blessed of them all in ways just right. A wish is not a selfish thing when many hearts together sing. It grows more bright when shared around, like music passed from sound to sound. One may wish for food or air, one may wish for love and care, but when the crew sing side by side, the wish becomes a lantern tide. So circle once for those we know, circle twice for winds that blow, circle 3 for songs that mend, circle 4 for every friend. No lonely wish can shine as high as voices lifted to the sky. The buoy will glow, the waves enjoy when hearts go round the lantern buoy. Round the lantern buoy we go, round where the golden waters glow. Sing one wish and sing it true, the tide is listening back to you. Round the lantern buoy we sail, past the foam and bright fish trail. Hand and claw and heart ahoy, round and round the lantern buoy. Round the lantern buoy once more, round the light and past the shore. Wish for joy and wish for cheer, wish for friends to gather near. Round the lantern buoy we sail, with the glowing golden trail. Hand and claw and heart ahoy, round and round the lantern buoy. Now when the sea is calm and blue, the crew remembers what to do. They sail in circles soft and slow, where lantern-hearted waters glow, and every wish they sing with care becomes a light they all can share. So if your heart seeks simple joy, sail round and round the lantern buoy. Toward home across the gold and silver foam. The sails were warm with sunlit air, the deck still held the music there. The wizard gnome packed jars away of Moonberry fizz from yesterday. The baby dragon curled up near, still humming Shanty soft and clear. Glint closed his notebook with a smile, he'd laughed more than he had in a while. The captain watched the harbor glow, where friendly lanterns waited low. No sorrow sat upon the rail, no gloomy wind behind the sail. For every ending, if sung right, can hold tomorrow's opening light. The gulls flew home in lines of three, the waves kept time beneath the sea. The raven circled once and cried, until again bright lantern tide. So clap your hands and lift your eyes, the song is not where music dies. It rests so wild and wakes once more, when friends return to sea and shore. Until the tide sings again, my friend, we'll keep the lantern bright. Until the sail finds the golden wind, we'll dream by tavern light. Until the waves call out our name and the fiddles start the same, we'll sing this song from heart to heart. Until the tide sings again. They passed the Mermaid market's place, now empty but from moonlit lace. They passed the buoy that granted cheer, still glowing softly, kind and clear. They passed the path where deckboards danced, where even clouds had spun and pranced. They passed the reef where laughter rang, and every sailor softly sang. The baby dragon raised his head, more he squeaked from Biscuit bed. The gnome said soon, but not today, adventures need a place to stay. Glint nodded wise and warm, a mystery rests between each storm. And when it wakes, I guarantee it knows exactly where we'll be. Until the tide sings again, my friend, we'll keep the lantern bright. Until the sail finds the golden wind, we'll dream by tavern light. Until the waves call out our name and the fiddles start the same, we'll sing this song from heart to heart. Until the tide sings again. Harbor cheered as they came near, with bells and flags and mugs of cheer. The golden gull sang one last tune that drifted home beneath the moon. The captain tied the ship with care, the gnome stepped down to evening air. The dragon dragged his tiny feet, not wanting land beneath the street. But then the tavern door swung wide, with all their friends and warmth inside. The baker brought a crusty pie, the frog waved spoons up to the sky. The candle witch lit lanterns blue, the raven found a perch it knew. And every voice from sea to stone sang, welcome back, you're safely home. Home is where the stories rest, like folded maps inside a chest. Home is where the mugs are filled, where tired dreams are warmed and still. But home is not a locked up door, it is a dock beside the shore. A place to laugh, repair, and then set out when tides call back again. So do not cry because we land, there's still sun shining on our hands. Do not fear the quiet night, the lanterns keep the voyage bright. The songs we sang will not depart, they've anchored deep inside the heart. And every friend who joined the crew carries the lantern sea there too. Until the tide sings again, my friend, we'll keep the lantern bright. Until the sail finds the golden wind, we'll dream by tavern light. Until the waves call out our name and the fiddles start the same, we'll sing this song from heart to heart. Until the tide sings again.
Until the tide sings again, my friend, let every chorus stay. Until the drum and whistle call us back another day. Until the sea turns gold and blue and the ship comes back for you, we'll sing this song from heart to heart. Until the tide sings again.
Unfold the chart, but keep the voyage in your heart. The gnome will dream of fizzy foam, the dragon dreams of songs and home. Glint keeps the compass by his side in case it laughs at morning tide. And somewhere past the harbor bend, the lantern sea will sing again.